We got a little bit more signs last night to indicate that we are seeing the demise of Damage CTRL, which is funny because I'm feel like more of me is on board with splitting them, but I do just fear for Iyo and Dakota after this because we've seen it so many times when a team's together and then they get split and then they just like don't do anything with some of them.
Yeah.
I just worry. I worry about that even with Triple H because he's the reason why there's a problem with Damage CTRL. So that's what worries me. But we saw Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai, which was interesting because she
good
kind
match.
of. It was a great match, but it was interesting because Iyo just had to earn her spot to get a match, and then Dakota got a match without earning it, but it's fine. And this was just, I mean, you never have to worry about a Bianca match, so I'm not even going to talk about that because, I mean, we could be on here for hours talking about how just phenomenal she is.
Yeah.
But shout out to Dakota Kai, dude. This is why I'm saying we either need her to have a singles run because she was quite dominant in NXT and I think people forget or they're not aware of it because as we've said a million times on here, a lot of the NXT audience is not the same as the Raw and SmackDown audience, so they're probably not aware. But she's a great wrestler. She can hang with anybody. She's great individually. She's great in a tag team. She sold the KOD like
very
crazy
well.
good.
It was a very good sell.
Yeah, so I think it would be cool for her and Iyo to both have singles competition, a singles run. But I wouldn't even hate it to see them as a team, but still doing things singles, you know, even the way that like with a New Day. Because the New Day was like a team, but they would still be doing things individually. So I think that would be a cool way to go about this if since it does appear that they are inevitably going to be breaking up.
I am so for them breaking up now because you get that run that you just talked about, but I wouldn't be worried about Iyo and Dakota. I'm worried about Bayley. Yeah, because look at like Dakota and Iyo are finally gonna get that main roster run that they deserve. They could even really hold their own in a feud leading into a pay-per-view. Maybe not, not yet a WrestleMania, but like at least a Royal Rumble for sure. And, with everything else that's moving up in the women's division, like where is Bayley? I don't see her in feuds with a lot of people because I feel like I want to see others more than her,
I feel like at this moment they're being overly cautious with some of these people because they don't have anything lined up for them for Backlash. So they're kind of just like, they're just treading water. Like at this point, like they're just in the middle of the ocean. Just they're there, but it's like, well, you're not gonna have a match at Backlash, so there's nothing for us to hype. There's nothing for you to do because you're not feuding with anybody. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening with Bayley.